What's up, everybody? What is poppin', my beautiful people, my healing souls? What's up? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Hope you woke up feeling wonderful, grateful, beautiful, handsome. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you needed to feel. You understand what I'm saying? Um, I'm gonna get a little personal today. I'm gonna give you a little bit of my story because that's how I teach. That's how I my how I preach, whatever. Uh yeah, so I hope that, first of all, like, share, subscribe, share me out. You know what I'm saying? I love giving these messages because they come from my heart, from my soul, higher self, spirit. And it's always meant to give a different approach, you know, um, a different thing to think about, I think different things to analyze within yourself. And yeah, so sometimes I'm gonna have to give you my personal story a little bit so that I can help teach you a lesson or give the message through my story, because that's just how I teach. Like, because my life is a lesson. And I do my best to got my crystals over here. I do my best to, to help people the best way that I can. And the only way that I could truly help is by, like, you know um tell you my story. So here we go. um I know you've seen the headline, like the description of what this is about, and it's about waking up to yourself. Now today I had to put my wings on, right, to remind myself of who I am, because I'm a single mom and shit like that. And there's some days that I wake up and it just be like so easy to give up. you know it'd be easier to give up than to keep moving forward. And especially, like, I ain't never planned on this. I ain't plan on being a single mom. um we live in a situation where I had to put myself in a place where I could heal, because my life has been nothing but nonstop chaos, and lesson after lesson after lesson. The blessings were my children and having a strong mother, you know what I'm saying? And being able to persevere through a lot of things. Now, you know, um, for me, when I had my kids, like, I made a promise to them, right? And the promise was that I wasn't going to give up. And I will always try to be my best self so that I could always help them through. You know, being black in America is fucking hard, bro. Like, it's this is not easy. And then on top of that, you attach that with having traumas, being a different type of person, a person knowing that they have a mission. That's hard. And then facing the things that we face as being black in America. Not giving our dues, not being treated the way that we need to be treated. That weighs on you, whether you're female or male. We all struggle either way. And do your best not to be a product of the streets, a product of stupid ass statistics and shit like that. So then you have these kids, right? And you think that your relationship is going to stand the test of time if that's where you at when you had these kids. Or you think that when you have a baby, some people think that that's going to make your relationship stronger or make a relationship for the child, or you stick around for the child, right? You just break yourself down even more, right? I had three really rough relationships, which brought me a child from each one. And when my mom died, I damn near gave up on everything. But I did not want them to give up on themselves. Like, it's hard as shit to be a parent and see your own family members dying, seeing the state of the world, seeing how these young people are going out here and they not really being given no real direction. The direction that they've been given is the direction from parents that are broken or people who haven't been able to find themselves. So we run to different things to give us the love that we need, right? Which is why I always talk about loving yourself, because you can't find nothing out there. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing out on the outside going to help you with your inside but yourself. And if we don't learn to love ourselves, then our children don't learn to love themselves. Then they constantly running outside of the home, outside of themselves to look for love, to look for acceptance. And a lot of times that's why we run down the wrong roads. We become boosters, we become shooters, we become menaces, because that's what the system has made us to be. Because there's less fathers out here, there's less mothers out here that's giving knowledge to their children and wisdom. Being a parent is hard as shit, and I'm gonna tell you why it's hard. It's hard because you have to constantly be staying up with the times. Like, you could be teaching your children, a lot of balance and a lot of structure, right? But when they go outside, they see children who don't have that at home. So then, like, those kids that don't have that at home, they run for different things. They look for different things. So they glorify that street life, because that's what we really have when we don't have anything else. You understand? Gangs and all that. They give love. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers run to that because there's love in that. Like, going from not having nothing to having somebody, like, that should be everything. And that's why a lot of us will give up our life to those type of things, because that's what's real to us. They love us, they down for us, they die for us, when our own mama wouldn't, our own daddy wouldn't, because he ran out to the streets chasing his own shit. I say all of this to say, at some point, we have to start learning to love ourselves personally, individually, because we building children, right? That are looking outside themselves for different things. We wonder why our children run to the streets and pick up guns. We wonder because the system is putting that shit out there for them, and we are not doing this hard work with them. This is not easy being a parent, but it's one of those things where you have to sacrifice a lot of your own wants and needs to make sure that they have the knowledge of themselves. Every little movement has to be directed correctly, and it gets annoying sometimes. Some parents give up because they don't want to fucking keep doing that. They don't want to have to keep, nope, don't say that, nope, don't do that, you can't act that way, that's not the right way to be. Where you going? Get your ass back here. Because it's easier to kind of like let them flow, let them go, whatever. It'd be hard being a single parent, man, especially if you have more than one. You got your own life you're trying to figure out. You're working through your own generational curses to try to find the wealth in yourself, you know what I'm saying, and in life. And then if you don't have no support in your corner, then that shit is 200 times harder. You understand what I'm saying? And then on top of that, sometimes we got to put ourselves in a position to be homeless. Sometimes we get put in a homeless position. So you in a shelter with your children, you trying to move forward, you trying to be better, you trying to heal, you trying to do your best for these kids. And sometimes you want to just give the fuck up, because it's like easier to give up than to keep going on this path, because they don't want to listen. They make it harder for you, because they young, they youth, they don't know that you really building them to be a damn beast. You know what I'm saying? It takes time. Greatness was not made overnight, and it takes a lot of structure. It takes a lot of perseverance. It takes a lot of pushing forward. It takes a lot of not giving up. It takes a lot of planning things in your mind and knowing what you want for them. When I had my oldest son, where we come from, I'm Black in America, come from a impoverished city, you know what I'm saying, where the Black people don't really have very much. It's not a lot for us. They ain't shit given to us. We got to go out there and take it. You understand? Or earn it or whatever. I was afraid because my family members, I come from a family of misdirected people. So the streets was where we gravitated to. The things that we shouldn't have been doing was what we was doing. You know what I'm saying? I was so damn afraid that my oldest son was going to be a fucking statistic. I was so afraid that he was going to be, in the streets. My mother and father's worst fear is having to bury their children before, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to bury my kids. I want them to bury me. That's how I'm supposed to be. You understand what I'm saying? It's like a war. out here between us and the system. And the system is winning because we out here, we not doing our job because we haven't been taught the job. We haven't been taught, we haven't been given the proper tools, right? Because somewhere down the line, your parents was broken because of the shit they parents went through. They was broken. It's like a fucking cycle with our people. You understand what I'm saying? And at some point, somebody got to stand up and say, I'm ready to do this work. And I don't give a damn if these kids really don't care for me, don't really like what I'm saying to them. I'm going to build them to be a strong individual so that when they walk outside of my home, when they not with me, they know the struggles that's out here in the world and they can direct themselves away from certain situations so that they don't become a goddamn statistic and they can work closest to their light and be who they need to be because we all got a position to play in this life. We cannot go up against the system if we are not united as a people. First and foremost, you got to be fucking loving yourself. You got to know who you are. You got to know where you stand as an individual and what part you play in this world. Secondly, then you teach your children who they are and how they need to move. It has to be strategic. We can't just be moving. We just doing anything. It can't be that way. I spent most of my life just doing anything and I got just anything. You understand? So now I'm doing my best to keep myself moving in a positive position because my children are watching me. They always watching us. And when they're not watching us, they're watching the people around us and the people that they see in the streets. So like, I'm a blessed mother because my son didn't end up in the streets. Now, I didn't do that. He did. The only thing that I did was show him. You see that? You see these people, cousins showing them guns and shit at a young age. You know what I'm saying? His dad was in the shit, like guns everywhere, drugs everywhere, you know. And then he come back and tell me, and I'm like, oh, bro, like, listen, like, that's not the lifestyle that's for you. That's not what you need to be doing. You know, I want you to see past that. There's more for you. Like, you know, I want you to liberate your mind. Stay liberated. Whatever dreams you have, move forward to them dreams. See, these people out here, they lost. They don't know who they are. You understand? So it's like, I need you to be working on who you are, constantly dropping jewels on them. Anything I'm learning, I'm teaching them. I wasn't the greatest. I was rough. I was hard because I had a hard life. I didn't really have a lot of support, you know, but I had a great mother who did the same for me. You know, she didn't play about me. She didn't play around about them streets, man. And every time my ass went out into them, she would try her best to pull me back. And it's like, I understand now what she said about like, yo, I gave my life to you because this is a never ending battle. It's between us and the system and they winning because we not teaching. Like, we have to stay strong. 2, 3, 4 on the clock. We got to stay strong within ourselves. You have to love yourself. You have to teach yourself love. You have to have patience with yourself. You have to be okay with what is and what isn't. If you left out here to be a single parent, that's all right. It's going to be harder for you, but it's okay. Like, but you can't dwell in no negative thoughts. You can't dwell in what isn't. You only can worry about what is and what you want to see. If you don't want them to be out here in the streets doing different things, then you have to align yourself. If something's not working, you have to take yourself out that position. And sometimes we have to go from having something to having nothing to have everything. Like, I left where I come from with the clothes on my back and my children, the clothes on their back. And I moved forward. I didn't know where we was going. I didn't know what we was, I knew where we was going, but I didn't know what we was really going to. And I didn't really know what to expect. I just knew that I had to walk on faith for them. Okay, the oldest one in college, so you know, grace is the God, and my mother for really getting him there. But now it's like more of a struggle to keep the other two on right path and keep my brain focused so that I'm not always in my mind because they need me in the present situation. I can't only be worrying about what I want. I have to be worrying about what they need from me and what they need to see and aligning myself with the proper shit so that I can get the right results from my children and they can get the right results out their life. We do not have these children so that they can become a statistic. We do not have our children so that they can become broken. So we have to do our best to heal ourselves, teach ourselves what we need, align yourself with spirit, and then show your children how to be. by the way you move. That's going to be their manual on how they move forward in their life. And like recognizing the fact that there are dangers all around us at all times, and teach your children about them dangers and what they still want to choose, because this is free will. They still want to choose what they want to do in their life. But it's very important that you stay steadfast and that you become a strong ass parent. I ain't smoked today because I ain't got no money. But I know what I want out of my life, and I know what I don't want. And I know that we ain't treated right in this world. Black people, we not, we not giving our dues. We not treated proper. We strong ass people, and we kings, queens moved on to the next level, and we emperors and empresses. And it's like, you got to teach them that. You have to teach them the wealth of who we are. So many times we get put down, we treated any kind of way. Man, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of it. But I can't do this on my own. The only thing I could do is teach y'all about loving yourself and tell you, the revolution gotta happen. Like, we have to stand up, but we gotta become one together. We have to be one unit so that we can fight the oppressors. We can't keep fighting each other. We just can't. That's what they want us to do. They just letting us pick each other off one by one, because that's what we have. We ain't really giving shit. And when a person doesn't have simple things to feel good, like food, a decent home, good things to see around them, you run and search for those things, and you become rough, you become tough, you become one of those people who's like kind of hard to they call us demons and shit like that, like, because we be rough and shit. But what can we really do when we was only given little peanuts, and we got 10 mouths to feed, but we got 4 ass little peanuts? What you supposed to do? You gonna go out there and rob, steal, cheat, whatever the fuck you gotta do to feed your family. You gonna go out there and try to seek that love from other people. You gonna go out there and try to seek that wealth. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, this is a never ending story. We're being put down at every turn. We being mistreated all the time. We being told that this is what we're supposed to do. They just sitting back watching us, picking each other off. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, the only ones who can help us is us. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to talk about this. Only ones who can help us is us. It's time for us to fucking get the fuck up out the mud and start becoming the emperors and empresses that we was made to be. But you got to start with yourself. If we start with ourselves, we start aligning ourselves in a better position, then we can come together as one. We got to stop fighting each other. You don't got to like them. We ain't got to like each other, but we do have to learn some damn respect. And we got to stop fighting each other, because I'm telling you right now, we would be a whole force if we just work together. Nobody could oppress us again. Nobody could put us down again. Nobody could tell us what we cannot have. No. The world is our oyster. It's time for us to fucking wake up to that shit and go out and get what we need for our families. Turn the tide. You know what I'm saying? Remember what our ancestors been through. They were slaves. You understand what I'm saying? We still slaves. I don't want my babies to be slaves. I don't want my grandbabies to be slaves, yo. I'm doing my best to do my job so that I can help my people, so that we can get out of this. We can get out of this killing each other. We can get out of doing their dirty work. We're doing their dirty work, killing each other. We beautiful people, man. But anyway, yeah, that's the message. Like, we gotta wake up to ourselves. Wake up to the beauty of what it means and what it is to be a Black individual in America. It's not easy for us, but we can turn the tide. But first, it comes with loving yourself, teaching your children love, teaching them they don't got to seek outside nothing. They only have to work with themselves. If we don't have something, then we're going to work on getting it in the proper way. We're going to work together to have the most that we can have and build generational wealth within ourselves right now. Our ancestors left us with a message. Don't give up. Keep fighting. We still slaves, man. And we got to stop. We got to get out of this. It's a mental thing. It's everything. You know what I'm saying? Only way we can beat the system is if we work together. All right. So I love y'all. Hope you had a beautiful day. Hope you have a beautiful day. And I hope you like my message. Like, share, subscribe, share me out. And have a great day. Sending you positive vibes. Hug if you need one. Kiss if you need it. Keep your head up, man. Don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your babies. And don't give up on our people. All right? Later.